you to put all your art supplies away and get out your writing journals.
We're in lockdown.
Everybody put everything down and get in your safe place now.
There has been another school shooting.
Tragedy hits close to home once again.
We have faced a day of
Shots
fear.
fired at the
Almost
school.
100 school shootings since Newtown. Lockdown drill complete.
Okay, drill's over.
Our children are facing it every day. So when are we going to take action? Join us.
So as we just watched that intro from Moms Demand Action, you can't tell me that didn't hurt your heart a little. To see kids have to do safety drills, mass shooter safety drills, is a reality of our schools now, but it's heartbreaking. I didn't go to school that way. I know there's many of you didn't. I don't think just Army teachers alone. I think that is just a portion of the layered security that needs to happen. And I'll play a couple of videos of different idea or different concepts of, you know, like weapons detectors or metal detectors, x-ray machines, and the pushback that those things are getting. And the pushback is pointless and dumb to me, to push back on something that we've been debating for 11 years. Metal detectors and arming teachers. 11-year debate, and still very few schools have what the technology is called is a weapons detector. Some school in South Carolina, and I'll play that video. You can hear a little bit about it. But why we aren't trying to implement these measures, and you hear from teachers, I don't want to carry a gun. I will quit before I carry. Then quit. It is, I can't be convinced that given the choice that you're in a mass shooting situation and you're like that teacher facing the door, that you're not going to want to react when that mass shooter comes through that door. You're going to react with a pencil or yelling at him with your voice, or you can react with a firearm that can end it. I know a lot of those teachers think that they just know there's no way I could shoot somebody. Yeah, I think if your life's on the line, you could shoot somebody. I don't want to shoot somebody, but if my life's on the line, I'm pretty sure I can. Let's watch a couple of the pro arming teachers.
President Trump has suggested that arming adept and highly trained teachers with guns would prevent future school massacres. And as incentive, he proposed giving out bonuses to teachers who undergo the gun training.
Now, the idea, as you know, has been met with both criticism and praise. There's a school in Texas, though, who's already putting the president's proposal into action. Here's CNN's Ed Lavandera.
We'll do whatever's necessary to protect our kids and staff.
This is the stark message that greets you when you walk into one of the two school buildings in Callisburg, Texas. Superintendent Steve Clugston oversees what the school district calls the Guardian Program. It's a small force of volunteer school staff allowed to carry a concealed firearm, and Clugston says they're equipped to confront an active shooter.
We don't want to be at the mercy of, somebody that's intent on doing harm. We refuse to be that person.
In the wake of the Stoneman Douglas High School shooting, the idea of arming teachers has sparked outrage.
Am I supposed to have a Kevlar vest? Am I supposed to strap it to my leg or put it in my desk?
I don't believe teachers should be armed. I believe teachers should teach.
But in some mostly rural communities across the country, the idea of arming teachers is welcomed, even by some students.
In fact, one of the myths is on Everytown's website. Arming teachers, let's see, the myth says something like, arming teachers would save lives. And they go through, and I'll put up on the screen here, they go through how arming teachers, we're ignoring the facts that arming teachers would present a risk of guns going off at school or the gun being used at school unauthorized. Or this little skit here.
Yeah, serve and protect.
Mr. Peters, do you have your gun today?
Unfortunately, no, Betsy. The school board took our guns away.
Really?
Just kidding. Bang! Bang! What the bang?
Mr. Peters? Mr. Peters, I have a question. Mr. Peters.
Wait! Come on, man. I'm f***ing working here, dude.
Okay.
I'm trying to protect all you motherfuckers, man. And all I f***ing hear in the background is, Mr. Peters! Mr. Peters, I have a question!
Excuse me, Mr. Peters?
Yes, Tyler.
What would theoretically happen if a student got a hold of your gun?
Nothing happens. You want to know why? Because I trust every single one of you. And what's a classroom without trust? Hey, heads up, Jimmy.
Now that skit is just an exaggeration. I mean, obviously, they've overemphasized the idiocy of the teacher with the gun. Truth of the matter is, and I'll put this on the screen, is ChatGTP and I had a little debate one night. And I'll put my transcript in the comment section below, so you can read the question verbatim. I'll put it on the screen, but I'll also put it in the section so you can read it. In the end, it boils down to school shooters are suicidal. Their goal is to inflict as much casualty as possible before the police arrive. So in that 3 to 5 minute window, they want to kill as many people as possible to be notorious and the one-upsmanship of we're in that mass shooter club. ChatGTP finally admitted that yes, a hardened target may be a consideration for why not attack that school versus a softer target. If a mass shooter intent on gaining as much body count as possible goes into a school that he knows or she knows the teachers are armed, I'm going to replay the front part of that video where the teacher is facing the door. Watch that again just for a brief second. You can't tell me that teacher faced with, I mean, there might be all kinds of debate about them not wanting to have a gun on them or them not wanting responsibility. In the end, the preservation factor of it, if you have a chance to protect your life and save your life, you're telling me in that bunker situation there where you could arm yourself facing the door, and in that case of, using Masada 9 is a great example. I'm facing that door and I'm looking down the sights and I'm waiting, and whatever pops through that door that has a gun, I won't use this. I'm thinking you will. I'm betting every teacher would. You may not want to carry a firearm. It may be the least desirable part of your job, but it's far better than being dead by gunfire from a mass shooter. And the statistics are, and even ChatGTP finally admits to it, chances are, if your school is a hardened target, and I put another video in here.
Every year to keep up with its growing population, and always with an eye on student safety. But here the focus is on the latest in safe school design, like open entryways and a layered security approach. Key card only access throughout the building, classrooms set back from the entrance, and classroom doors that lock from the inside. Unlike those Robb Elementary classrooms in Uvalde, Texas, where 19 young children and 2 teachers were gunned down after the shooter gained entry to their classroom. But in an age of school shootings, there's one more safety option some Frederick County parents are asking for.
That's probably our biggest request is What about metal detectors?
It is a very time-consuming and costly thing to do, and in no way, I want to certainly make sure to say this, that we saying that FCPS, the students and the staff, are not worth spending that money, but to guarantee those metal detectors are working appropriately and accurately all the time is a full-time job for a staff member.
School leaders told us in addition to operational concerns like getting 1,000 to 1,200 students in every high school through metal detectors in time to get to class, they say there's also no guarantee metal detectors would actually stop a shooting rampage. But on Maryland's Eastern Shore, a different take on the metal detector debate, where last year Dorchester County Public Schools spent $1 million putting the technology in all of its secondary schools.
Is it going too far?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think our teachers, well, I know our teachers and our students all feel more comfortable knowing that we have this piece of equipment at our front door.
This is not called a metal detector, it's called a weapons detector because your keys and cell phone won't set it off, but if this threat box pops up, you go through a secondary search on your bag.
In this case, the system hit on a simulated gun used by the school for training. In fact, the weapons detector flagged this butterfly knife with a 4-inch blade in a student's backpack the first week North Dorchester High School started using the technology. Principal Dave Stofa says operational concerns about getting students through the weapons detector and into school swiftly have proven unfounded.
It's not going to hit on a belt buckle. It's not going to hit on a wristband or a watch or something like that. This is for somebody to detect somebody who is bringing something in here to kill and hurt a lot of people.
In the future, this will be part of employee recruitment. In the future, there may be parents that want to send their children to the safest school possible, and they may be looking at what technology school districts deploy to keep students safe.
WUSA 9 couldn't find any other schools in Maryland or Virginia that have embraced the widespread use of weapons detection systems. DC public schools are the only local school system we could find that use metal detectors and X-ray machines in its middle and high schools. Loudoun and Fairfax County school districts told us they only used handheld metal detectors during individual or locker searches based on a report or a tip a student may be armed. It's the same policy the Frederick County, Maryland public school system follows, with no plans to invest in entryway metal or weapons detection systems anytime soon.
Would metal detectors make your students and staff more safe?
I don't think anybody can answer that question.
Mass shooting has been going on for 11 years, this debate about Army teachers, not Army teachers. And then having metal detectors or weapon detector systems in the school, been debated, oh, it's too costly, oh, it won't work. What's not working is inactivity. That's not working. We need to implement arming teachers. We need to implement metal detector or weapon detectors in schools. We need to protect our most valuable asset, and that's the children. If children are the future of the United States, then we need to put the funds in to get the weapons detectors, get the training into armed teachers, or hire security staff that wants to be there. But I'm telling you, there will be no more effective tool than a teacher barricading her room or his room with his students under desk or behind him or whatever, facing the door of where an intruder might come through or a mass shooter might come through. I'm saying they'd be probably highly effective. And the mental capacity of a mass shooter knowing, a lot of them have familiarity with the school. That's why they chose to go back there. If you think they're familiar with security protocol at the schools, they're going to go back now? I think it's going to change a few minds. Told you it's going to be a controversial subject. Told you it's going to be stuff you didn't like. But guys, it's time for us to put the most important asset forward in our thinking and do what it takes to protect them. I do think it's a combination. I don't think just arming teachers are going to do it. I think you need the weapons detectors at the doors. You need a security or a police officer, resource officer. That alone is not going to stop it. You need to layer it. It's layers, cameras, not having fully glass doors, having, metal doors where someone can't just shoot through them like they did in Tennessee. It's going to take layers of security. It's going to cost money. But that money is worth it if it protects your future investment. And the kids are our future. You guys have a blessed new year. Love you. Peace out.